All right, so we are live, and today marks the 10-month update. And so I'm going to share with you the results. In the title, I put times are changing because a lot of different states, they have their phase one to go back to normal operations due to the craziness going on around the world. But we are still growing. Here are our total results for the past 10 months. Check it out. All right. And so those are the results so far. I know it's a little underwhelming in comparison to what we were expecting within the first 6 months. We wanted to see 100,000, or 6 to 9 months. We wanted to see $100,000 in sales per month, but I think we're still doing a pretty decent job. We're growing. For the past 3 months. We've been with a new service provider, and they have been excellent. And last month, we only got about $20,000 in sales, but luckily, we're still increasing our profit margins. And so I think that's more important than the number of sales, because let's say I sell 50,000, but I only make 5%, then, it really doesn't matter. If I can make 10% at 25,000, then it equals to the same thing. So with that being said, we have sold a total of 1,004 items, total units ordered. So altogether, before returns, we've done 1,222 items. So that means we've sold a lot of items, but we've also had about 200 plus returns, 218 returns from the past 10 months. Total sales is $78,538.44. Our average unit per order item is 1.22, which just means we average 1.22 items sold each day, or for the past 10 months. Average sales per order item is $78.23. So it is amazing because we are still growing, even though, a lot of things have been shut down, even though a lot of people don't have money to buy stuff. Amazon is still selling things because luckily it's an online space. Now, if you're going through Amazon and you're expecting them to sell your stuff fast, that is not going to happen. Why? Because you are not a priority in their eyes. What the number one priority is medical equipment and selling all of that stuff. But as a seller with a seller account that does not utilize Amazon's warehouse, and doing it like fulfilled by Amazon FBA model, you're still able to sell, and you're actually able to sell a lot more things a lot faster because you don't have to worry about that. Now, shipping times are down for everyone. That's just, nature of the beast. Everything's delayed. So I think we had to push our shipping back to about 4 to 6 days instead of the typical 3 to 4 days that we usually say, we want our customers to receive the items. And so that in and of itself causes a lot more returns. I've seen probably 3 times more the returns, because people will buy an item and then I'll tell them, hey, it's going to be there in a week and a half. And they're like, I don't want to wait that long. And so they'll just return the item or refund the money. And so, that's just been what we've been dealing with lately. And it's not too bad. I see as the next month's approach that sales are just going to keep increasing as more people go back to work. More money will be spent on Amazon. I forget who said it, but it's like after you make a habit, right? After you do something for, I want to say it's 6 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks usually, but you instill a habit of like the daily norm. And we've been so used to shopping online, to avoiding going to stores, avoiding being in contact with people. So now I just feel like that's kind of a habit that we've gotten into. And so it's made it a lot easier for people to go to Amazon and to buy things from Amazon, because it just seems a lot easier to do nowadays. So sorry, I'm gonna put on the next song. I'm actually doing it live, which is it's a little interesting, but I'm glad we're able to do it that way. It makes it a little better. Got my son in the back trying to talk on the microphone right now. It's pretty funny. You see him posing. But yeah, so I'm going to jump into the amount of sales that we are doing this month so far. So here are the results. So what that says is $2,286 in sales. Today we've had $398 worth of sales. Yesterday we did about 1,000. Of course, everything's been a lot lower, but do not worry, because we've been working on the back end of things, putting on more products, putting on more items. Now, am I doing any of this? No, my team is doing an excellent job. We got teams overseas, literally are sleeping in the office at some locations to be able to provide the highest quality of service, and so that they also continue to get paid. But most of them are working from home, just like we are here. And it's just amazing. It's amazing to be able to see that everyone a part of our automation team is just working super, super hard. And I cannot be more proud of what they're doing, because it allows me, like right now, I've literally been transitioning out of the military. In 2 days, I start my terminal leave, which is just paid time off. For everyone who's not in the military. And literally what it is just using your final days, your paid time off days before you are done with your contract. And so I start 52 days of that starting on Thursday. Things are going to be a little bit different. Hopefully we'll still be able to jump on. I need 1,000 subscribers to go live on YouTube via a mobile device. So I don't know if we'll be there by that time, but this next week, starting Thursday, we're going to be driving to Oregon. We're going to travel from Florida to Oregon, spend about 4 months over there. And then we're going to go to Arizona, where I can pursue my passions, my dreams, which is going to, an audio engineering school called the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences, in Phoenix, Arizona. So we'll be there for about 9 months or so. Do all that, and then still be running the store, be renting out the house here, and doing a whole bunch of cool stuff. But the coolest part about having this automated Amazon store, is that literally they take away all of the struggles with having to physically spend 4 to 6 hours every single day managing my own store. And so right now I'm going to go into the amount of inventory items that we have. And I'm also going to put on another song for you guys. There you go. But yeah, so the amount of items that we have is 543 items currently in our store. And I will tell you how much active items we have. I can't show you. I wish I could show you the type of items I have. But if I did that, literally you could copy each item I'm doing, and you could sell it for a penny less, and you could compete with me. So I'm not going to do that for the sake of my store's health and growth. But I'm still giving you the details to it. So we have 286 items active, which we were selling right around 2,000, 2,500 with only 150. And I think right now there has been less sales just due to less income coming in for most people. Not a lot of people are spending as freely as they were before. And so my predictions is that it's going to scale up each month as we, start to do this road to recovery, I guess I would like to put it, with, this pandemic going on right now. So with that being said, 286 items, altogether 580 something items. And we're just going strong. Right now we're up 52% from last month in sales. I'll show you that again. We also don't have that banner. Actually, no, we do. We still do have that banner where Amazon's still being a little lenient on late shipping, late shipments, and all that stuff. They're still, they're still big on what you are doing, but they want to provide a little bit more relief due to everything going on and them understanding that things are going to take a little bit longer to be shipped out. And so they're giving you a little bit more leeway. So what is it that I do? I like to just recap this in every month-to-month update because sometimes people are joining this channel for the first time and they don't understand what Amazon automation is. So what Amazon automation is, if I can, talk correctly. Take a drink of my water real quick. But what Amazon automation is a service that I bought into. I paid $20,000 at the time. Right now it is $30,000. But $30,000 to hire pretty much a contracted team to run your store for you. You're going to be the LLC holder. You're going to be the person who has a store on Amazon. All that information is directed towards you. But what you are doing is going into a contract with a third-party organization that is going to run adding items to your store and selling items from your store. So people will come onto your store, and we have a deal with a third-party vendored company. And so the third-party vendored company literally has a deal with us to get us products at a cheaper rate or a discounted rate. We take those items, we sell them on Amazon for normal price, making anywhere from 10 to 20% in profits. And so what they do is they have items that go to the warehouse, and the warehouse ships them out to the customers. And so that is the whole process. What do? You may ask. Well, what I do is I literally fund the business every month. So besides the $30,000 that is put down initially, you have to fund your store. So if you're selling $20,000 a month, that means you have to fund $10,000 every 2 weeks. Amazon pays out in 2-week increments. There are different types of third-party funding agencies that literally will allow you to get more money each day, but they do charge you around 2%. That's why you don't want to do it forever. It's good to use it temporary, but it's not good to use it forever, because if you're making $100,000 in sales per month and you're making 10% profit margins, you pay your team 30%, which these are all real numbers. Your team gets 30% of your profits. Now you're down to $7,000 in profits that you have. Now, if you're paying a third-party company to give you funds paid out every day, they're going to take 2% of your gross sales. What does that mean? That means now you're just knocking off $2,000 off of the profits that you made, dropping your profit margins from 10% down to 50%, just like that. So, it's good to use, but once you get to the level where you don't need it anymore, I encourage people stop using it, or else you're just paying unnecessary amount of money to get funding from someone else. So yes. So what you do is you literally provide that funding aspect. You have to pay your taxes, of course, and you have to make sure that you are paying or putting in your resale tax returns, or whatever they call it, right? You have to make sure you're putting in the forms. I use a company to do all that for me, so that it's a little more hands-off. But all those things are done, and what is your team doing? They're growing a store for you. Now, within the course of 1 year, we try to tell our clients, and it's not my automation service. I'm literally just a customer that bought into it. But everyone that I, potentially bring in to the same service provider that I'm with, I tell them within the course of 1 year, you literally are going to expect to make your money back. Okay. Is there any guarantee to make that money back? A little, kind of. There's a buyback option. So if you don't make at least 30% of profits of what you put down. So 30,000, 30% of that is 10,000. If you don't make 10,000, you can sell your store back to the service provider. They will pay for it. They'll give you the difference. They will charge you a fee, but all that's disclosed in the contract. You have a contract between the service provider. You have a contract between you. If you feel like either or one person isn't holding up to the bargain, or you don't think they're holding up to the bargain, right? Then you can cut ties and go your separate ways. It's all legal binding contracts. And literally it's there for your protection, to mitigate risk and to mitigate, a loss of money, and to make sure everyone's holding up their ends of the, of the contract. So with that being said, literally it allows me to make 100% passive income on the side. I've been in the Marine Corps the whole time that I've had this store up. There's been a lot of days where I've worked 12 to 16 hours. I haven't had time to really do much on my store, and it was still taken care of because I have a team running everything for me. The ins and outs, they give me a report every month showing me my profit margins, showing me how much sales I have, showing me what the steps ahead are going to be and what they're going to put in place to make those things happen. Get my store health higher, to get more profit margins higher, to get more sales. Like, they literally map out how they're going to do it and what they are doing. So I feel like I'm a part of the team. I feel like I am right there in the grind, but not actually having to get my hands dirty. So it is very, very nice. And it is an amazing service that I could vouch for anyone that I know that wants to get started, or if you want to get started with this automated Amazon service, and get a store for yourself or for your family or for whoever, because you can go into contract with two different people as store owners. It creates a little bit more problems if one store owner wants to do one thing and the other doesn't, but you can do that. It's all up to you. But if you want to get started, reach out to me at facebook.com/tobias.johnson.716. And I would love to talk to you there, or drop down in the comment section below, show me, and I will surely respond back to you. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this. If you liked this video, definitely drop a like down below. If you think someone else will find value from it, share it, because it makes me smile like I am right now. As always, let's go out there. Let's revive our lives together. You see that? That's what happens when you're in Florida and the weather starts changing. You get that humidity. You get that heat. Anyways, guys, let's go out there. Let's revive our lives together. Let's get it done. And until the next video, have a good one.